Did you know that the Panama Canal, one of the world's most important waterways, is facing a crisis? That's right. This remarkable feat of engineering, stretching 50 miles and connecting two of the world's largest oceans, is currently grappling with a severe water scarcity issue. Despite its importance to global shipping, the Panama Canal's functionality is being severely impacted by water shortages. It might seem almost paradoxical, a canal running out of water, but that's the reality, a reality that has far-reaching implications for global trade and economy. The Panama Canal isn't just a marvel of engineering, it's a vital artery of global trade. Every year, thousands of vessels pass through its locks, carrying goods from grains to cars, from one corner of the globe to another. In fact, nearly 5% of total world trade passes through this canal. That's a massive chunk of global commerce that relies on this waterway. However, due to a complex mix of factors including climate change and deforestation, the canal's water levels have been dropping alarmingly. And as the water levels drop, so does the canal's ability to function efficiently. Ships are being forced to lighten their loads to pass through the canal, leading to increased costs and delays. Some vessels have even been forced to seek alternate routes, and the problem is only getting worse. The canal's water shortage is predicted to become more severe in the coming years, threatening its operational capacity. This could potentially disrupt global shipping on a massive scale. Now, imagine a world where this vital artery of global trade is no longer functional. Goods taking longer to reach their destinations, prices rising, economies suffering. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? But it's not all doom and gloom. There are ways to tackle this crisis to ensure the continued functionality of this crucial waterway, and that's what we're going to explore in the next scenes. So, stick around as we delve deeper into this pressing issue. The Panama Canal might be stuck, but it's not the end of the story, not by a long shot. But don't just take our word for it. Here's what the experts have to say. First, let's hear from an engineer who specializes in maritime structures. John Sterling, a renowned civil engineer, explains, "The Panama Canal, a marvel of engineering, is suffering from the effects of time and nature. The canal's design and construction were based on early 20th century technology and knowledge. It's no surprise that it's struggling to meet today's demands." Next, we turn to environmental scientist Dr. Laura Mendez, who sheds light on the environmental aspects. She says, "The canal's problems are partly due to climate change. Rising sea levels and unpredictable weather patterns are causing serious issues. The increasing frequency and severity of droughts are impacting the water levels needed to operate the locks." Economist Dr. Richard Hayes gives us a financial perspective. The Panama Canal is a critical artery for global trade. Any disruption to its operation can have substantial economic impacts. Delayed shipments, increased costs, and supply chain disruptions are just some of the potential consequences. Logistics expert Martin Keller offers an operational viewpoint. The canal's design and size limitations are causing significant logistical challenges. Larger modern ships can't navigate the canal, and this is leading to a bottleneck effect. This is further complicated by the fact that the canal is a single-lane waterway with limited options for passing or overtaking. Finally, we hear from historian Professor Emily Watson, who provides a historical context. The canal was built during a time when the size and volume of global shipping were much smaller. Today's massive cargo ships were not anticipated. The canal's design, while revolutionary at the time, is now proving to be a constraint. As you can see, this is a complex problem with far-reaching implications. So, why is the Panama Canal struggling with water scarcity in the first place? To answer this question, we need to look at a cocktail of factors, a blend of man-made and natural causes. Let's start with climate change, an issue that's not only impacting the Panama Canal but the entire globe. As global temperatures rise, the patterns of rainfall change, becoming less predictable and often less frequent. This is a significant problem for the Panama Canal, which relies heavily on regular rainfall to replenish the water levels in its locks. Next, let's talk about deforestation. The forests surrounding the Panama Canal play a vital role in maintaining the water supply. Trees, as we know, absorb water when it rains and release it gradually, acting as natural reservoirs. However, these forests have been shrinking at an alarming rate due to illegal logging and land encroachment for agriculture. This loss of forest cover has led to a drastic decrease in the canal's water supply. And finally, there's the issue of population growth in the surrounding area. The canal is surrounded by cities and towns whose populations have been growing rapidly over the past few decades. This growth has led to an increased demand for water for domestic and industrial uses, putting even more pressure on the canal's already strained water supply. And there's another twist. The canal itself has been expanding, allowing larger ships to pass through. While this has boosted economic activity, it has also increased the amount of water needed for each transit. So, we find ourselves in a precarious situation. On one hand, we have a canal that is crucial to global trade, but on the other hand, it's a canal that is grappling with a severe water shortage, a problem exacerbated by climate change, deforestation, and population growth. Clearly, this is a problem born from a combination of man-made and natural factors, the solution to which requires a multifaceted approach, a topic we'll dive into in the next segment. But all is not lost. There are potential solutions to this crisis. Firstly, water conservation efforts are key. The Panama Canal relies heavily on rainfall. However, climate change has led to unpredictable weather patterns and less than optimal rainfall. By implementing stringent water conservation measures, we can ensure that the canal has enough water to function properly. This could involve everything from rainwater harvesting to the use of advanced technology to recycle water. Secondly, infrastructure improvements are vital. The canal is over a century old and much of the infrastructure is outdated. Modernizing the locks, dredging the canal to make it deeper and wider, and implementing state-of-the-art technology could go a long way in alleviating the current issues. More efficient locks can reduce the amount of water needed for each transit, and a deeper, wider canal can accommodate larger ships, reducing the overall number of transits required. Thirdly, changes to shipping practices could also play a significant role. Ships could be scheduled more efficiently to avoid congestion and to ensure water is used optimally. Additionally, the shipping industry could consider alternative routes or modes of transportation for certain goods. This would not only alleviate pressure on the Panama Canal but also diversify global trade routes, making the entire system more resilient. However, these solutions are not without challenges. They require significant financial investment, political will, and international cooperation. But the potential rewards are vast. Not only could they save the Panama Canal, but they could also set a precedent for how we manage and protect vital infrastructure in the face of climate change and other global challenges. In the end, the Panama Canal is more than just a waterway. It's a symbol of human ingenuity and a vital artery for global trade. Its survival is crucial not just for Panama but for the entire world. With the right strategies and enough effort, it's possible to save the Panama Canal. So, what can we do to help? As we've explored in this video, the Panama Canal's current challenges are complex and multifaceted. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to think that as individuals, we have little power to affect change. But that's not the case. In fact, it's far from it. We can start by supporting environmental conservation efforts. The health of our planet is directly linked to the functionality of the Panama Canal. By protecting our natural resources, we're not only preserving biodiversity and combating climate change, but we're also ensuring the sustainability of crucial global trade routes like the Panama Canal. This can be as simple as making a donation to a reputable conservation organization, or as involved as volunteering your time to local environmental initiatives. Next, we can advocate for sustainable practices, both in our personal lives and in the wider world. We can make conscious choices to reduce, reuse, and recycle. We can choose public transportation or carpooling over single-use vehicles, opt for products with less packaging, and support businesses that prioritize sustainability. But perhaps the most powerful tool at our disposal is our voice. We can use it to spread awareness about the issue. Talk about it with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Share this video and others like it. Start a conversation on social media. Write to your local representatives, urging them to prioritize policies that promote sustainable trade and environmental conservation. It's easy to underestimate the power of collective action, but history has shown us time and again that when people come together for a common cause, extraordinary things can happen. The Panama Canal is more than just a waterway. It's a symbol of human ingenuity and resilience, a testament to our ability to overcome challenges and achieve incredible feats. But now, it needs our help, and we have the power to give it. So let's use that power. Let's come together, let's take action. Because when we do, we're not just helping the Panama Canal, we're helping our planet and everyone who calls it home. Remember, every little bit helps. Together we can make a difference.